Senator Roberts.
The School Resource Standard, SRS, estimates the amount of public funding that schools need to meet their students' educational needs. As of 2024, the Commonwealth is responsible for providing 20% of public schools funding, and in line with this arrangement, states are required to take on 75%, leaving a 5% gap. The Commonwealth wears extra loadings for medium and small schools, which is estimated to cost the federal government $600 million in 2024 alone, as well as other student-based loadings. This scheme was agreed upon between the federal and state and territories governments under the National Schools Reform Agreement. Australia is a federation of states, and education is a state responsibility. Now, not only are the states failing to meet their 75% target, they're demanding that the federal government tip in more money for an additional 5%. And the hypocrisy of the Victorian Education Minister Ben Carroll to suggest that the federal government should cut its funding to non-government schools to make up for it. The Commonwealth is already paying its fair share and meeting its target, as outlined in the Schooling Resource Standard, and the states are not paying their fair share, their agreed share. The states have even declined the offer of the federal government taking on an additional 2.5% to help in closing the gap, asking for the full 5%. How can the states ask for anything when they're not even meeting their own target? It's worth noting that in Australia, states and territories are responsible for the majority of public school funding, to which the Commonwealth Government is contributing in 2024 alone $11.2 billion. Contrary to union bosses' claims, the federal government over the past decade has taken on a greater share of the responsibility of funding schools. In fact, in 2013-14, states were responsible for 87% of public school funding. Today, that share is lower, is 12% lower. It's not the Commonwealth's job to make up for the state's fiscal illiteracy and mismanagement, nor the state's pursuit of woke agenda. Look at Steven Miles, the Premier of Queensland, driving an agenda that includes gender bending and kiddies talk. Oh, Senator Hellman-Payne was talking about human relations. This is bending our children. That's what we're paying for. We should not be paying for that. Reading kids' drag queens' story times in schools. Ridiculous. And it's left to the parents to defend their children and come in and stop it. One Nation stands on the fundamental idea that education is a state responsibility and supports Senator Tyrrell's matter of public importance, and we thank her for it.